What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, I wanted to discuss something I thought that was very, very interesting coming from a legend, retired Hall of Fame, iconic superstar boxer in Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr., former multi-division world champion, superstar boxer Paulie the Magic Man Malignaggi, and former multi-division world champion, superstar boxer Antonio the Magic Man Pitava. They did a show in which they discussed their pound for pound list, and they all, had different pound for pound fighters on their list. But what was interesting and stuck out to me was Roy Jones, and Roy Jones picked two-time Olympic gold medalist, three-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasily Lomachenko. 16 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 5'6" with a 66-inch arm reach, as being top 3 best pound for pound fighters in the world forever. Okay? He said as long as Lomachenko is boxing, he will forever be top 3 pound for pound best fighters in the world, which I thought was very, very interesting. Now, Roy Jones, he stated that the winner out of undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the reigning WBO World Boxing Organization welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the number 1 best pound for pound fighter in the world, in Terence Bud Crawford, and undefeated unified 3-belt WBC, WBA, IBF welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top 2 best pound for pound fighters in the world, in Errol the True Spence Jr., 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 32 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Terence Crawford is 38 wins, no losses, no draw, 29 big wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. And Roy Jones, he says the winner of that fight will be in the top 3, because the winner of that fight would have fought the next best fighter in the world, which confused me, because he has Lomachenko, the winner of this fight, and he stated that he has to keep 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who currently is the undisputed super middleweight world champion and widely considered the face of the sport of boxing, in Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now at this current stage is 57 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. He stated that Canelo Alvarez has to stay in that list. And I'm not opposed to that, because Canelo Alvarez is still, although he's coming off of a bad loss in which he seemingly lost nearly every single round of his last fight against undefeated WBA light heavyweight world champion Russian superstar boxer Dmitry Bivol, he got outclassed in that fight. For the second time in his career, and a second official loss in his career, he got outclassed in a total of 24 rounds with Floyd Mayweather, which was his first loss, and his fight with Dmitry Bivol. In those 2 losses, he won about 3 rounds in total. That's terrible. That's horrible. Okay? And yet Roy Jones says that he's still in his top 3 pound for pound list. Now, I want to discuss the Lomachenko being in the top 3. Vasily Lomachenko has lost to, let's be real, a journeyman world champion in Orlando Salido. Then he lost to a young kid in Teofimo Lopez, who was 23 years of age, 15 fights, 1 title fight in his entire career, with only 15 fights. And Lomachenko lost the first 6 to 7 rounds in that fight. Didn't throw double-digit punches till the 7th or 8th round. And he won 8, 9, 10, and 11 because Teofimo Lopez in that fight decided to change up his approach and stand flat-footed and look to land one big punch to knock out Lomachenko. But in the 12th round, when he made the adjustment, went back to what he initially did in the beginning of the fight, he nearly stopped Lomachenko in the 12th round. So what baffles me is that if Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., who are the top two guys in the division, and he says the winner would be top three, well then, right now, as it stands, wouldn't they both be in the top three? If the winner is in the top three, then they both veered in high regards. So wouldn't they both be in the top three? And how would Lomachenko be ahead of him? And he stated because it's not just how you win. It's just not that you win. It's also how you win. And you have to look flashy while you win, which was confusing to me. And now Antonio Tarver, he had Tyson Fury as his number one fighter in the world, which was confusing to me. Then he had Terence Crawford on the list. And Paulie Malignaggi, he had Terence Crawford at number one. And then he had Usyk and Inoue in his top three, I believe. I can make a case that Inoue is not better than Terence Crawford or Errol Spence, but okay. But to have Lomachenko in the top three is very confusing to me when he has 2 losses in 18 fights. Okay, he's 34, and he's shown that when you are backing him up and when you get physical and rough and rugged with Vasily Lomachenko and you put him on the back foot, he's not comfortable. Okay, he's not, showing that versatility. He's not showing the matrix. He's not showing the angles, right? He's just simply, he'll make you miss, but he don't make you pay. Now, when he's coming forward and he's the aggressor and you on the defense and you're on the back foot, meaning his opponents, then he looks absolutely astonishing in there. But when you back him up and you get physical with him, he's clearly uncomfortable with it. And now, is he a great fighter? Absolutely. But how could he possibly be top 3 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today's time with 2 losses and he haven't avenged either one of those losses? Is he exciting? Yes. Is he dynamic? Absolutely. Is he versatile? Yes. Is he better than Terence Crawford or Errol Spence? Absolutely not. He's just not. Okay? And I understand, like Paulie Malignaggi said, he favors Errol Spence to win the fight over Terence Crawford, but he got Terence Crawford ahead of Errol Spence because of his accomplishments. And because Errol Spence is a 1-division champion, yes, he unified the belts, he holds 3 belts, but Terence Crawford is an undisputed 3-division world champion. And that's understandable. Just the same reason I have Terence Crawford as the number 1 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, but I too favor Errol Spence to be victorious when they do fight in the biggest fight in the sport of boxing, currently as it stands, right? But how could you say Lomachenko is better than Terence Crawford or Errol Spence when he has shown that he's lost in 2 different manners? And in Canelo Alvarez, he clearly showed a weakness and he got dominated in his 2 losses. And then you could make a case for Canelo Alvarez that he arguably lost the fight with Erislandy Lara. You can make a case he lost one of the fights with Triple G, right? The first one ended in a draw. The second one saw him be victorious. But you can make a case that he lost the fight with Triple G. You can make a case that he lost to Erislandy Lara. So that would be 4 losses for Canelo Alvarez in his career. And it's not good losses because he's shown a glaring weakness. So I was a little taken back that, Roy Jones has Vasily Lomachenko ahead of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and then to say he's a lifelong pound-for-pound top 3 fighter in his opinion as long as he's active. So you will have him ahead of somebody that you clearly know is better, and this is all opinionated, but it just pushes a narrative. That's what it does. It confuses the casual fans. Because Roy Jones is a legend, and people hinge on every word that Roy Jones said. So if he says that he's a lifelong top 3 pound for pound best fighter in the world, regardless, that means regardless of anything anybody else does, he'll always be ahead of him. That's shocking. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.